Nisringa basa kantikon changsare Meghalaya News 24 channel on aram chaksua tali kuborang de Meghalaya Chief Minister Konrad K Sangmani skrubar salo agana nigita de Health Minister Empanelled ni daktelingaba committee sorkari na nas khang roster system ni bon khamgapa report ko porai chinge porikha ragen ani agana ha committee dingtang political party ni member rang ko ba roster system ni bidungo thali rai chanchia rang ko agan phana agana ha uni agana nigita de committee bon khamgapa report ko input gumuko ramanani jaman sorkari na ungen wasan ong gija sorkari khamarang ko advertise kha ani ko de final report ko nas khang don china agana ha
committee is proposed to be set up, which will be chaired by our Honorable Health Minister, Kong Ampering, and different members from different political parties will be in it, so that we can allow them to seek clarification and give further suggestions on how they propose that or they suggest that we should move forward. I would like to clarify here today also that all the appointments that were made in the past, in all the decisions that were taken as per the reservation policy, and hence they are completely legally binding on the government. And hence the question of us going back and looking at it and cancelling or making adjustments does not arise. So therefore, these were done and appointed based on the reservation policy, and now after the information and data has been plotted, we are now in a position in some of the departments to understand how we're going to move forward. In the meantime, they have suggested that if we can keep any new advertisements on hold, and based on that we have agreed to that as a government, that we will keep things on hold till the committee is satisfied and gives us a final report and final discussion, which we expect it to be happening in a very short time. We will come out with the terms and preferences. I fail to understand where the VPP's logic is coming now, where they are first they were saying and talking about all this issue, and now when this is clarified, now they're bringing up another issue. It's their political decision. I only urge in one thing, that we have to understand that we are responsible leaders. We need to understand that we are responsible to the state and to the people. We need to understand that there are certain areas and certain subjects that have the potential to harm the communal harmony that we have and affect the state's unity. And as responsible leaders, we should know when and where and how we should move forward. Everything is not about politics. Everything is not about public political gain. We have to realize that we have to be responsible as leaders to ensure that the safety, security and the harmony in the state moves forward.
Opposition Trinamool Congress Silga Bas Krubar Salo, Adok Sorkari ni roster system ko Adokona Rabana Mesokanggaman presentation ni bidungo, Chung Kaniko Parakataha. Agana Nigatadi, who among stakeholder ang Baksabun Kamgapa Chanchian Niko Singinga, Wandake Meghalaya TMC Vice President Zenit M. Sangma, Sakatam Delegation Member Ranko Badalinga ne Kobona Aganangaha.
Since after having the reservation policy also, there is no roster system. That's the reason why the Honorable High Court has intervened into this. So now this roster system is being implemented, and we want that while implementing this roster system, all the stakeholders should be put on board. And we'll see after this meeting. The government has assured that some committee will be constituted pertaining to the implementation of the roster system, comprising of each member from each political party. Then we'll move forward as to what will happen in future. We will be getting more enlightenment through that committee also. And while implementing this roster system, the government has to ensure that there will be job opportunity. Due to lack of job opportunity, there has been chaos among the youths. That's the main purpose. So we urge upon the government to create more job opportunities and livelihoods. Thank you.
National People's Party ni spokesperson Empanelled ni Skrubar Salo agana nigita de Sorkari roster system ko High Court ni agana gadan mongsonggapa agan gerkan na rabaha ar una badio de gwala ni onggen ani agana ngaha. Uni agana nigita de roster ko raba aduk ni mandirang ni nangneka o pangchakisa ar uwa mangko wara chaknasa unga ani khoborna agana ngaha.
And as was discussed both at the MDA as well as at the all-party meeting, a retrospective application of the roster will not arise, because for the first time all departments in the state of Meghalaya will be adopting a roster in a prospective nature. Very fact that political parties were all invited, we had hoped that we would be able to bring to this table all our queries, our doubts, but unfortunately, members of a particular party abstained from even coming to the meeting, and in fact, this is something which we must set in order.
Voice of the People's Party member rang Skrubar Salo Sorkarini Tome Chanchirumaniko Dilmateng Sumayo Hate Kataha. VPP Dilgapani Aganani Gitade, roster system ni bidungo agan gerke mamang namgani dongja, yan bustu salna ratsakapako gurini mukhango donamang apsanaya ne aganangaha. Wamang reservation ni gaman agan gerkosa namgani ko nakacham, indi roster ni gaman agan gerkade somai bonatani khamsa noaya ne aganangaha. Chief Minister Konat Kisang Mas Skrubar Salo, Voice of the People's Party ni meeting kamateng somayo ungkate katani gaman, maini gaman aromai chanchio ungkate kataha ne ngani ko ba dakangaha.
Reservation. No? How can we speak about the roster system if reservation is not being discussed? So that is what we've been insisting upon the government. And so unless the government talks about the reservation, I think there's no point talking about the roster system. There's no point, discussing about the roster system, because it's like putting the cart before the horse. So unless you talk about the reservation policy, roster system, discussing and spending time in the roster system, for us as a party, we feel it's just a waste of time.
Voice of the People's Party ni meeting oni ungkate katani jaman, kun Hanyu Trip National Awakening Movement pa Skrubar Salo Sorkari ni main secretariat to na Chanchirumani ko dakna ukamani salo meeting oni ungkat pa aha. KHNAM Dilgaparang ni aganani kita de yan somai bonat kapasa aya maina wamang reservation policy ni pal roster system ni gemensa agan gerkaha ni khoborna agananga ha.
Doesn't seem to go anywhere. Does not seem to go anywhere. Surprisingly, there's an all-party political meeting, but the all MDA meeting was done yesterday. Cabinet meeting was done, which constituted of those same political party. Now, I expected that ample opportunity will be given to those parties who are not in the MDA, because never had a meeting, and not in the cabinet, because this is the only chance we can really speak. But I think the discussion is more on the same theme, again and again speaking on the same subject, which is irrelevant and I don't think is justified.
Trinamool Congress aro Congress an agija roster system ko Meghalaya Sorkari ni presentation on gabani bidungo Bharatiya Janata Party ba chuun kani ko pharakata ha.
Dalo Sorkari ni meeting okama ko ne gemuk party rang gemuk dol rang ko Sorkari okama ha aru anu tsinga ba BJP dol ni gata tsinga bakura phana gata ri anga ha aru ya meeting dengthang mancha reservation roster uni bidungo thalata ha aru wamang nam BA presentation ko bachinga unin roster system mara maida ki ongacham dengthang category yarang ko thari swaha wano dao dongso gamen policy o pangchake khasi jaintia Garo rang badita percent ko matna nangacham aro unreserved category ni aro SC o gapen jatrang gapen tribal caste rang matna nangacham yarang gemukon namme thari swaha aro table presentation darang napa mamang jajani gri bachengau badita sakrang badita department nang tu mahawarang ni gri ko thari swaha ya presentation ko nakani jamano ya roster systemo mamang darang ko dol ko ba jat ko ba base galani donggija antang ni matna nanggapa badita ko matna nangachan warang ko thari sogamen donga beben rianggemen belsi sotponga au je anga hacham warang badiaba tengtang selrang chi badiaba dolrang kolgapat namat gijagparang donga endiba warang ko dao ni plat ken chmo ode manderang ni jajae manderang ni tengtang maksi serta nirang ya table ko thari swa ko roster system ni gaman thari so gaman ko nekode darang dol ko base galani dong jainga matna nanggapa ko matgen manderang ni kenchakani geta ya dol ge sa badia ba dol rang ko ma rianggaman somai rango manku gijarang ko kolga patani rang donggen ma ba dongjo ma neke jajatani rang donginga cham aro polisi ko namme nigen chmo ode ya belsi sani gisepo manku gijapa ko belsi kepenona ra badiang na man gepa oba belsi kini ni jamanudi ko je gepen donggeparang na otna nangan gepa dongani gemen ya ko letter and spirito namme kam ka ode yarang gemekan darang jat ko base kalani dongjainga
Indian National Congress ni dilgaparang skrubar salo roster system ko adokona rabana presentation on anggapani bidung namdekani ko parakanga ha Congress Legislature Party dilgaparo ni vilingdoni aganani kita de Chief Minister darang jat ko bo onchepchawa anggapani bidungo rongthalen agananga ha aro roster system ko adokona rabagen ene khoborna parakata ha
that there will be no discrimination against any community. This misconception has been removed. So we are very happy as Indian National Congress because we're working for the interests of our young generation to ensure that our youth have a future in the state, our youth have faith in the system, and the government, the Chief Minister has clarified very clear that there will be no community that will be discriminated. The roster system is in place because all along after the reservation policy was enacted, there was no roster system in place. So it's been very clear now, it's been clarified, so the young generation should not worry.
East Khasi Hills ni SP Sylvester Nongsnar ni uyatani kita de sakpunga dosi donggaba manderang ko pulis do rang Guwahatior maha ni agananga ha uni aganani kita de wakis ko Sardar Police Station baksa sakni manderang ko chadrapani jaman sega tanga ha chadrapa mangapa manderangara jongshani loborlang karshono aro lightko ni banshai CM onga aganani kita de wamangko police bazar point kindlelight biapo namgijagapa manderang chadrapen ba toka sattaha ni agananga ha chadrapa mangapa mande sakni longben saknata ko mannaha aro matabua ko mannaha ni khobona agananga ha.
We are here since we have been known that the incidents happened yesterday, the night time. Two drivers has been beaten up by the non-drivers, especially these 5 Punjabi and 1 Bihari person. So they came and hit them, and also they used with the weapon. They are trying to attempt to murder, I think, because since we don't know, because we don't have at that time that place. So we have came here also for following up about which we have been filed the FIR yesterday. So what the police department has been done. So till date also they said that the police are tracing the person who are doing this thing.
Reserve Bank of India ni uyatani kita de tangka hajal geni ni note ko jakhalani ko dontongna agananga ha ndakyong ingon one legal tender diong kugen ndakyong gen chumoba RBI tangka hajal geni ni note ko bank ko deposit khashina ba bodol na ba agananga ha tangka hajal geni ko bodolani ba deposit khani ko September kholachi hajal geni khogrukatam tharikona man kugen RBI bank rang ko tangka hajal geni ni note ko manderang na onani ko dontongna ba agananga ha ndakyong ingon tangkarang ko bodol na ba deposit kana changsano hajal kolgruk mangen arwa ko me ni kolgruk getam tharikona dakna mangen ani uyata ha tali khoborang de rangsan khoborang ni gaman nambate ina skin chmode Meghalaya news24.com ni ko phorena gata mangen sakanti ko ni so hanina methela